So we're going to get into, sorry, wrong document. Gosh, that's not a good start. Getting a thumbnail gallery going. So we will definitely be using a style sheet this time around. Link relay style sheet. Styles. Alright, okay, so in terms of that, that's enough, and I've got a range of images in here, so let's just start with an unordered list, and each one will be a list item which will have an image. Source equals images. Yeah, these are my different ones there. Right there, so yeah, you can see the car there. Right, this is where I'm going to chuck the main image. Image source equals images there as well. Right, okay. Gina 1, 2, Gina 3, Gina 4. I can't remember how many I got actually. Do I have a Gina 5? Yep, I do. And you take us a Gina 6. No, doesn't look like it. Okay, cool. So let's just see what this looks like raw, and let's just check this is working. Background color, I don't know, light grey. Oops, no, that's what we're aiming towards. But that's the original that I had made previously when I was working this stuff out. So let's relaunch this. So I've got that there, and I've got a whole bunch of other ones. So you've got a list style. So let's try and narrow down some of those things. So first of all, let's get rid of all of our default spacing, because we don't need that. This style, none. That will get rid of the bullet points for the lists. Right, okay. Then I'm gonna go dot main width. Actually, just give it. Don't inherit. Let's say it's 80% of the page. 80%. Right. Display block. Yeah. Display block with that. Okay. Let's put some padding on that. Maybe say. Will it work that way? No, just put 10 pixels. Let's just put 10 pixels. Background color white. Right. And then I'll make sure that dot main. Oops. There's 100% of what it's inside. So this is the class, and then the image itself, we also want to make sure that that's 100% of that. So it's there. That might be the other thing here. Let's just go margin auto. Whoa. Okay, it's middle now. I'll get outside that bracket there. You can see there it goes. It's middle. 80% is quite large, so we'll shrink this down. I think to 60%. So there we can go. They're set there quite happily. Now these ones here. Let's work with this. I might go back and give this UL list a class of thumbs. If I can spell it right. Okay, so do a dot thumbs display type of flex. Okay, let's go with just see how that goes. Just say, oh yeah, we'll say dot thumbs li, so the list items in there. Let's give it a width of I don't know, 15%. Let's just see what that's like. And then dot thumb, oops, no space, thumbs li image width of 100%. Right, okay, so that's got them okay. Right, now you can see there's no space there, they're all butted up really nicely to each other. That is one of the joys of doing a display of flex. So whenever you tell things to do flex, they'll kind of automatically kind of go left to right. But it's the list items. So you tell the parent or the main thing that's kind of wrapping everything to display a flex, and these become flex items that kind of will follow that pattern. Which is one of the really handy, nice ways for trying to lay out a whole website when you've got classes and everything and you're just trying to wrap around and all that kind of jazz. Right, so question is, how do I get the middle? I will have to look it up because I can't remember. CSS flex items align center. I don't really want a tutorial. I don't want Stack Overflow. I'll give this one a go. I'll see what it's like. But absolute centering. Yeah, okay. Right, let's go back to MTA. No. What's a Mozilla developer? Mozilla. That's what I meant. MDN. Sorry, my bad. This one's really good. Okay, so we need box, align items, center. Oh, okay, so you do this on the parent, and that tells how all the other ones sit. So align items, center, justify content. You need both, funny enough, you'd be surprised. But yes, so I do it here. Save. And let's have a look there. Ah, see the set center. Okay, so let's we can pretty them down a wee bit. Padding. Give them the same 10 pixels. Background color. Oops. Dash color. White. Make it look a bit like a picture. Margin. Top bottom. Oh, let's just see if like a 1% gap, how that interprets that. That's pretty alright. Okay, and then I'm going to put a box shadow. They're going to be 1 pixel down, then 1 pixel right. Then I'm pretty sure that one's bigger than that one's smaller. Then I say like grey. If I get out of there. Yep. Okay. Cool. That one as well. Okay, so that's me going through my style sheet and getting everything all pretty, but yeah, you get the gist. So now basically what I want to do is like on click, I want this to change this thing. So to get the on click anything happening, on click No. I'll get it off there and I'll put it on the list item. On click equals, and I'm going to say thumb change, and I'm going to put the number of the image in there. I'm just going to check if I have a put on my not style script. Thumb change. Just obviously do a quick check that this is working. I'll just take this out because this is going to throw me because I'm not quite ready to use it just yet. Okay, so it should just work on that first one. So let's just refresh, make sure it's coming through here. Click. Okay, so that's working. Okay, so like I said, we're going to do this as 0, 0. This one here is going to be num. So what was happening is each time we run one of these functions, like, I mean, there's probably a way to do this a lot more efficiently, but if you want the most basic bare bones way of like, can I just get this working? Because I've seen other tutorials and it's like gets really full on. So that's my cheeky method, is I just call the image number. Now in terms of, well, it's fine. That I'm wanting, then it kind of all just works really, with very, very minimal lines of JavaScript code. For those who are getting into it in the basics, then yeah, it's great. Okay, so now what the next thing is, what do we need to do? So effectively, what we're trying to say is, I want to, let's get this an ID, so we can do something with this one here, and I'm going to say main image. Okay, so we're going to go document dot get element by ID, and then main image. So now, honestly, I can't remember what I did that code for the life of me, so I'm just going to look it up very cheekily. Oh yeah, source. It's sourcing the image. Okay. Gotcha. Right. So dot source equals. Now, effectively, what I'm wanting to say is like thumb. Okay, so I'll make a variable just to store it all because it's just a little bit more efficient. So var thumb. Now, what's it going to equal? So it's going to equal basically this images.slash Gina. Now it's just a question of whether it's 0, 1 to 0, 1 to 5, and this is why I've done it this way, because it's just so much easier. Space num, whatever the number that got passed into here, so whatever that one is. Because the reason why this is good, even though it's repeating this function a lot, and I'm sure there's a more efficient way to do it, versus the trying to do it more efficient way, why it gets confusing is, right, so say I've got an on-click function that knows instinctively which one I'm clicking here. So just even say we're just doing this same function without this in here. When we click here, I need to somehow be able to get the value from this particular list item even though I'm running the same function. So say if I was like, I call this ID equals 1, say I've done something like this. Then when I run this function, I'll do, document to get element by ID, and then it's like, what, do I type 1 in there? Well, what if I click this one and suddenly this one's, well, that should actually be 0 technically speaking. Okay, so I've typed in 0. But the next one's 1. How do I separate the two out? And so that's where it becomes quite confusing. Okay, so num plus, because obviously I need the .jpg. Oh, the speech marks. Don't forget the speech marks. .jpg. Right, and so that, in theory, should be good to go. So let's refresh this. Thumbs. So I click that one. Oh, it's that one. 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 Okay. The only thing is that the mouse cursor doesn't really change for a click. People will probably instinctually look to click anyway. But that being said, yes, you can do like on hover. You can get mouse cursor to change. You can actually do that all with CSS anyway. So yeah, that is an image gallery coded pretty quickly actually with using, like, I mean, let's look at this. Lines of JavaScript code, 1, 2, 3, 4, count the bracket. It's really quite minimal, but it's just because this here with this thumb change with a number in there is quite cheeky, because I'm doing this and I've planned it for a set fixed value. So if you're working on a small scale and you're not wanting things to be kind of a little bit more dynamic and updatable, and you're going to be changing the images a lot, then that's totally fine. And because I've got, this, I mean, if I had a range of products, I could say product 1, product 2, product 3, or whatever, or promo 1, promo 2. So you would work something in that's quite generic like this. I just happened to take this because I could get a whole bunch of similar images, so that way it kind of looked a little bit more transitional. To do this, and you can suss your sizes and everything if you want it setting a little bit. Gosh, it doesn't zoom out well nicely, does it? Yeah. I'll show you. Just shrink this. This is why you set structure code with these things here. Yeah. So there you go. Right. Go for it.